Welcome to page 8 of your scale drawing packet. Today you will be completing page 8 and page 9. This is a mixed review. Sometimes you'll be taking dimensions given on a blueprint or a map and converting them to actual dimensions. And in other cases, you'll be taking actual dimensions and converting them to drawing dimensions. Let's take a look at our first problem and set it up together. If you don't have a home printer to print a copy of this worksheet, which you can print if you click on the PDF file provided to you and print a copy of this worksheet, you can do all your work in a notebook. Take down the notes and copy the work that I provide you with as you solve each of the problems. Let's begin. Problem number 1 states, on a blueprint, the dimensions of a rectangle are given. The length is 7 centimeters and the width is 6.5 centimeters. The scale drawing states that 3 centimeters represents an actual measurement of 12 feet. That's critical. We're going to write down our scale factor. 3 centimeters equals 12 feet. Please record that on your notebook paper. Now let's calculate our rate for this problem. If you take 12 feet divided by 3 centimeters, we get a rate of 4. That will be important as we convert dimensions on the table. Let's take a look at what we're asked to do. Oh, one more thing. Also, draw a rectangle right now in the work area. Please put this on your notebook paper and write down 7 centimeters for the length and 6.5 centimeters for the width. Those are the dimensions given on paper or on the blueprint. We're going to convert those to actual dimensions in a moment. But let's see what we have to calculate. In part A, it says, what is the actual perimeter of the rectangle? And in part B, what is the actual area of the rectangle? So let's start by converting those two dimensions, the length and the width, to actual dimensions. We know centimeters goes in our first column, that's our X value, and feet, that's our Y value. We're going to put 7 centimeters here, our length, and 6.5 centimeters here. Multiplying by 4, we're going to convert each of these to actual dimensions in feet. Pause the video, grab your calculator, and please convert. You should have gotten 28 feet for the length of the actual rectangle, and for the width, you should have gotten 26 feet. We're going to now use these dimensions to calculate the perimeter and we can make a little T-chart here. We're also going to calculate the area of the flat surface on the inside using the area formula. Area equals base times height. For the perimeter, we are going to think about taking a perimeter walk and adding up 28 plus 26 plus 28 plus 26. Calculate the perimeter, and when you're done calculating both the perimeter and the area, you can move on to problem number 2. After you've completed all of worksheet 8, you can check your work against the answer key that has been provided in this particular Google assignment. When you're done checking your answers, you will move on to page 9. Let's take a look at problem 2 when you're ready. Pause the video so you can complete this work on your own. In problem number 2, it states, in the real world, the dimensions of a rectangle are measured. The length, the actual length, is 17 feet. The actual width is 16.5 feet. The scale on the drawing states that every 4 centimeters on paper represents an actual measurement of 10 feet in the real world. Part A, what is the perimeter of the rectangle on the drawing? What is the area of the rectangle in the drawing? So, in this particular case, we're given a scale factor that states, please write this on your own page, 4 centimeters on paper equals 10 feet in the real world. Step 1, always write down your scale factor. Now, let's calculate the rate for this particular problem. Step 2, 10 feet divided by 4 centimeters. Take a moment, use your calculator, and divide. You should get a rate of 2.5. Step 3. Let's construct a quick table, and then we'll draw a rectangle. We know the paper measurement is centimeters. That's our X value. And we know the actual measurements are measured in feet. That's our Y value. Now, that means as we go from left to right, we would multiply by 2.5, but working backwards from feet to a centimeters measurement, we're going to divide by 2.5. Now, let's quickly sketch a rectangle and label it with the actual dimensions. The actual length is 17 feet. So we know that would go in the Y column, 17 feet. The actual width is 16.5 feet. So 16.5 would go in the Y column, and in order to calculate the centimeter measurement on paper, you would divide by 2.5. Right now, take 17 and divide by 2.5 and record your centimeter measurement there. Do the same with 16.5, divide by 2.5, and get the centimeter measurement there. Once you get those measurements of the drawing, you can calculate the perimeter and the area using our new dimensions. So, your final steps will be create a T-chart. we can add up the sides for perimeter here, and then of course area, which is represented in square units, and perimeter is measured in this case in centimeters in linear units. We can calculate area in the second column. Area equals base times height again. So go ahead, figure out your length in centimeters, figure out your width in centimeters, and finish up by calculating perimeter and area. Please do this on your own paper. When you're done, you can check your work against the answer key. And when you're ready, it's time to move on to page 9.